Welcome to Dawncraft, map number 7, since the start of Minecraft over 10 years ago. So the 7th world, this is my base. My name is Donatello. The world is named after me, Dawncraft, and I just thought I'd record some of the activities going on in Dawncraft. So this is my base. Like I said, I've been playing this map for over a year and a half, and right now I'm the only player on it. At one point I did have a couple of friends on. Over the years as I've played Minecraft and have hosted maps, hosted Minecraft servers, people have come and gone. I've had as many as 8 friends on, like regular players playing at the same time. But right now it's just me, has been for about the last year, and I've done a lot of really what I think is cool stuff, and I just thought I'd walk around and record it, and just show you guys and see what, just show it off. Alright, so this is sort of the main area of my base. Like I said, this map itself is about a year and a half old, and when I started out here, this was a villager outpost. Like, it was on, well, you can't see it now, but there was a hillside there, and the village was sort of like on that hillside, and I thought I'd get started there, and it's just grown from there. So let's see where to start. Well, I think there's something I want to do with my warehouse. So what I've got, this here is not actually, well, this is a storage area for various things, as you can see, but over here is my sort of operational warehouse. This is where, like, carts come in from all over the map. Oh, shit. God, that scared the hell out of me. Oh my god. Oh, Jesus, I need to mob-proof that thing. The hairs are standing up on the back of my neck. Oh man, that freaked me out. Anyway, I was saying that my carts come in from just different parts of the map, like my dried kelp farm, the honey farm, the iron farm, and so on. They all come here, and they drop their stuff off into this chain of hoppers, which comes around here and drops things off into the sorting system. So this is where everything gets stored. Wool, of course, comes from my wool factory. Where's that? I like shooting these guys for the phantom membrane for potions. Let's see. These guys are fun to try to shoot at. I've noticed that they fly slowly until they flap their wings, and then that accelerates. It's almost fun trying to shoot these guys. I thought that wing flap was gonna... Come on. There we go. Hey! Alright, let's see if I can get these guys. There we go, that's the phantom membrane that I value. It's good for potion. Potion of slow fire. If you have any tips on how to be more accurate with these guys, I'm all ears. Hey. There we go. So these guys come out if you haven't slept in over 3 nights, I believe. Yeah. Alright, I think... Did I see a membrane fall, or was that a star in the background? I have one more of these things. Where is it? Oh, I heard one. Are there any family membranes that fell? No, I guess not. Where is that thing? There we go. bring it over here. I don't feel like fighting with zombies. Not too worried about it anyway because oops, I thought it was there. Hey. There we go. Another membrane. Awesome, baby. All right. So, yeah, I was gonna say that like the wool comes from my wool factory, which is over yonder. Comes here, but actually, like, it produces so much wool. Hey, I got to mob-proof this place a little better. I did a lot of rework on it recently, and I haven't adjusted it to mob-proof it. But anyway, there was so much wool coming down here that it was constantly backing up, even with all these double chests. It would back up and mess up the whole filtering system. So what I did was I hooked these all up to a cart system, and that cart comes up over there and dumps the stuff out over here. I guess let me show you real quick. So this is my villager market. It's still a work in progress, but I like shepherds here. Oh, I took the sign down. Shepherds Creek Dog. You can see I have names for each row of villager types: leather workers, fletchers. So I'm going to populate them all. I have a villager breeder going on. But for now, these are the shepherds, and I trade with them wool to recover my equipment, which all has mending on it, and to my armor, which all has mending on it. So that's mainly it. Of course, by trading with them, I get lots of emeralds. So what happens is, anyway, like coming over there, you know, I mentioned that my wool factory dumps things off there in the warehouse, but then the warehouse is hooked up to the cart system that goes up there and drops it off up there. And so what happens is I have all these hoppers and chests now. Let me jump up there. So you can see I have all these hoppers and chests lined up so that they're organized in such a way that they'll go down to the bottom one and the bottom row and fill out. Like if you're looking at the bottom row will fill up first, go all the way across, and then the next row will fill up, and then the next row, and then the next row. Oh, great, don't knock me off this thing. Don't go messing with these guys. There we go. Alright, these things are kind of fun. Hey, there's another membrane. Insane in the membrane. Yeah, two. Where's the other one? Where'd he go? Hey, there it is. Oh, is there another one? It's closer. Okay, so we'll go collect those membranes in a minute. But I want to show you the how this cart system works out. Let's see if I can get in here. Yeah. All right, did it. So I have it set up so that the chest will fill up here. I wonder why that's empty. And of course, like any sorting system, it'll just go on down the line, filling these up. And I have these comparators set up to, if there's anything in the chest, send a charge into this block, which lights up the redstone lamp. So from a distance, I can see the status of the warehouse. So as you can see right now, there's only 3 chests in that upper row that have items in them. But everything below it is filled. This is just like the overflow. I want to keep track of how much, and it really could back up that much. I mean, my factory, I'll show it to you, it outputs a lot of wool. And come on, I'm getting tired of these things. I should go collect those membranes. They're down here somewhere, right? Oh, cool. Put those on. That's what I love about crossbows. Just picking up those arrows. Cool, there's one membrane, two. Very cool. Alright, I don't feel like messing around with those guys. They're boring me. Alright, so all that wool comes over here, gets dumped down in, and as you can see, every single one of these chests is full. It's pretty amazing. And not only is this whole row of barrels, I should say, not only are they full, but all the hoppers that fill it up are full. Here we go. Ooh, did I get him a second time? Oh, I was just gonna find him. Ooh, here we go. Come on and bite. That's it. Burn, baby, burn. Alright, so yeah, all these hoppers are actually full. And when these things, oh, they come in for another one, huh? Thank you. When they fill up, they back up into these things. So, what I use this for is right here. These are my shepards. And you can see I got all these shepards who will trade for wool. So what I do is, again, you can see these are all hooked up to hoppers. So this stuff is filling up automatically all the time from my wool factory, which again is way over there. So all I do is, like when I can see my favorite pickaxe, efficiency 5, fortune 3, fortune 3, mending. Let's get this guy. These guys are fun to shoot at, because I haven't figured out their exact behavior. Because they speed up and slow down. That's the trick. So I'm anticipating when they're going to speed up or slow down. Anyway, let's go to this guy, grab some wool, make sure we got this guy. And we'll just trade until the villager runs out. Let's go. Well, usually 4, 5, 6 times, somewhere in that area. So I'm done with him. Close that. I put these what are these things called? Trapdoors in front of them. I put these trapdoors in front of them so that I think the idea was to protect them against if zombies ever spawn in here. I don't know for sure that they will hide villagers from zombies, because you can see their arms stick out. Maybe the zombies know. I'm not sure if the zombies will try to attack them. But in any case, that's why these trapdoors are there. That's the primary reason. But also, I can use it for knowing, because I have so many villagers here, remembering which ones I already traded with as I'm trying to level up my pickaxes or anything. So let's go down the line here. We'll trade for wool with all these guys, and then I'll show you something really cool. Okay, that guy's done. This guy. These shepards are awesome. I picked out ones who start with trading white wool. Sometimes they start with other things, but if they did that, I didn't accept them, and I didn't trade with them. Because once you trade with them, they become permanent. What I would do is just break what's this block called again? The loom, and reset it, and then the trade option would reset. So I did that with a bunch of these, so that they would trade white wool. So this has been great for me. It's been really, so many emeralds really loaded up, and all my, you can see my armor is all 100%. All these tools are almost 100%, and they've been this way for months. Like I've been playing like this for months without losing armor or weapons or tools. See, I ran out, so let's grab some of this guy. How convenient that is. This is just amazing. It's almost like playing in creative mode. Because it's just so easy to level up like this. I really think the key thing, I didn't discover this until like last year. I really think the key thing to really become powerful in Minecraft is to trade with villagers. I don't think there's anything more beneficial to it. Because you can get all this stuff. And if you build some factories that do basic things like collecting wool is a pretty simple factory operation. I'll show it to you. Once you get that set up, you can trade with these guys, get lots of emeralds, and from the different villager classes, get all sorts of goodies. Okay, so let's just say that's it. I'm done for now. Normally I'd have more that I want to do, but let's see. Did it really all fill up there? Just want to get rid of the excess. Now, here's something really cool. So I have all this stuff in my inventory. And I found that when I'm working with these villagers, I just get overloaded with this stuff. So all I do is, watch this. I just dump it. So, as you might know, let's pick these up. These are just hoppers under the half slabs. A hopper under a half slab will suck things through the half slab. So what this is doing, I'll show you. I'll explain this all in greater detail someday, but this is obviously the underground beneath the villagers. This thing that I was just throwing my items into was this chain of hoppers. And this goes down here, and goes into this chest right here. And under this chest, I have this cart that keeps running back and forth to the warehouse. I hope it's still working. Sometimes these carts get jammed up and they stop working and I have to fix them. Let's see. There it goes. So let's see, is there anything else? Nope, it's empty. And it's just going to pass under those chests and pick stuff up. And this just keeps going back and forth all day long. So let's see. Yeah, see, I can grab the few. Now there's still more in there, all this, but I don't care. This thing is just going to keep going back and forth and back and forth. And eventually it will grab all that stuff and take it back to the warehouse. Alright, so let's close that up. There. Alright, let's go back up top. Okay. So this is the basic villager marketplace. Over here is the warehouse. But what I'm starting to do is anything that I can trade with villagers, I'm going to move from this generic warehouse over to here, like I did with the wool. So there's wool over there. Oh, by the way, you can see there's now, like that chest emptied out. There's now only 2 lights on. And that's because I pulled wool out of these things. So it started draining into those to fill those back up. So that's really cool. That's what I'm looking for. And I expect that over time, this will grow more than I actually use it. That is a lot of chests, and I might, go and, if I need them, just strip some of those out and just go with, like right now, there's 3 rows above the base row. So maybe I'll strip out 1 row if I need it. But anyway, there's also, as you can see right there, I have a chicken farm that brings chicken and feathers here. And so I have, where are they? Yeah, butchers. Butchers will buy raw chicken. Not that one, but this guy right here. They'll buy raw chicken. So I'm going to set up, just like I did with the wool for the shepherds, I'm going to set up a chicken rail line. Actually, maybe I don't need rail. I might be able to just do it with carts, or I mean hoppers. Just bring it right over here and dump it right above butchers. And then, let's see, for feathers, I think this is the Fletchers. Yeah, I believe the Fletchers, yeah, they'll pay you for feathers. So I'm going to have those feathers get dumped over there too. So that's the general warehouse. Actually, you know, I might as well finish the tour of how that works. All right, so let's go over there real quick. I have on Featherfall 5 boots. Oh, I'll explain this glitch later. Come on. There we go. Let's see. Oh man, that's a lot of wool. So much wool. It accumulates so fast. So as you can see, I just have a cart collecting from this hopper. This system here you may have seen before. Just once the hopper is empty, it'll power the rail and send the cart on its way. What happened before, as you saw, was that the cart, this filled up and the cart was filled up, and that's because it's so backlogged. Oh my god, that's a lot. Let's see, maybe I'll help clear this out. Let's grab some of these, empty out some of these hoppers. I think it got stuck and all this wool actually backed up. Okay, we'll take what we can. Okay, so we're coming here from the warehouse. And let's go over here. I'll show you where this comes up, how it comes up into that tower. This is just a tunnel. Nothing fancy. Usually I do these tunnels up to make them look like subterranean, like sewers and things. Real access tunnels. This is looking up. This is my design for taking the cart up and down. This is pretty awesome because it's really compact. I love it. It's very functional, but it can stop working sometimes. For some reason, from time to time, the cart will stop. Like, it'll get stuck making this turn and going up the ramp, and it'll just sit there. It's the only problem with it. So, kind of like a sewage maintenance guy, I kind of have to go through these tunnels every once in a while just to make sure everything is working. So here we are at the top of the tower. That's where the wool goes to drop off into the wool collection area there. You can see we're up on that tower, looking down at the base, and this is just let's see. Oh man, that's a lot of stuff. Yeah, I'll just dump this here, and that'll filter down into the bottom chests. So there's a lot more going on here, but I'll just stay focused on the wool for now. So again, there's the warehouse. The wool that was getting dropped off there, which I'll show you next, goes down those hoppers, gets put into a mine cart, which goes underground and up this tower, and then comes down here and drops off into this chest, which through these hoppers and all this storage actually ends up going down to those barrels right above the shepards. So that's how it works. So let's see. All right. Okay, so that's what's going on there. That's how the wool gets there. So let's go back to the warehouse, the sorting facility. And so that's the row or column of hoppers for the wool. And where that's coming from is, you can see the wool here. This is our wool cart. Follow this back to the wool factory. So as you can see, just like these other carts, it comes from the factory, comes up here, goes over there, and dumps all the contents into that barrel. And again, as you can see, the hoppers are set up so that anything that gets dumped into them goes down that chain of hoppers. Allergies. Comes around here, goes down this chain of hoppers. And this is just a standard sorting system where the top hoppers, sends things down that way if they need to. Hopper below will sort, so for example, in this case, it'll accept poppy plants. This will accept, what do we call it? Dried kelp blocks, dried kelp, all this stuff. So those emeralds that I threw into the hopper system before will end up right here. So that's all this is a standard sorting facility. I'll explain all this another day, but for now, just know that, like I said before, the wool is coming up through one of these towers, going over and dropping its contents. It's coming in here to the hopper system, and it can't go into any of these hoppers because there's no wool there. So it goes all the way down here and goes here, and there it will descend down into the wool hopper column. All right, now let's go look at where the wool is coming from. So where's my wool factor? There's wool. All right, so remember it goes up there and comes around, gets deposited in there, then it gets dropped down there, hits a cart, goes over there, up the tower, over there, and down to the shepherds. I didn't originally design it to do all that, by the way. This is a lot, and I originally just had it coming over here, which was a lot of work in and itself. Originally, I didn't have it coming over here. It was just storing up over at the wool factory. And then I decided to add the carts to get it over here, but then it kept backing up on me because the wool accumulates so fast, and it would mess up all the filters that came before it. So I decided to just get all the wool, take it over there, and dump it off in that massive storage facility, rather than keeping it here and continually dealing with the overflow. All right, so let's see where that wool comes from. It's right here. So you can see the carts coming in. Let's see how much wool it has. 47 wool. See, like, that's incredible. Like, every time it comes around, it has that much wool. It's pretty amazing. All right, so let's go down here and follow it to the wool factory. Yeah, I'll explain. This is something else that's going on here. This is whole other something related to the wool. It's actually, so I'll just explain real quick. This is a cart line that brings shears to the wool factory. Trading with the shepherds, I actually buy shears a lot just to level up, and I just dump them in a cart, and they come over to the wool factory and fill up the devices that shear the wool. I almost said the wolves, the wool off the sheep. All right, so you can see that wool will be coming back this way. Let's see. Okay, this is that is the shears. This is the wool. I'm pretty sure. I need to put some signs up so I know. All right, so let's go up. How far are we going up? Not very. Okay, so what'll happen is that cart will come up here. Here it's on its way. And here the wool has been sheared from all those sheep and has been dumped into this hopper. Now this guy will collect it all and take it over to the factory like you saw. So this is pretty cool. This is the dirt up above. Is this part not moving? Oh, okay, it was jumping. Alright, so yeah, this is the wool factory up above, the dirt blocks there. I'll show that all to you in a second. But what's happening with this cart here is that when the sheep get sheared and their wool is just sitting on the ground, this hopper cart, hopper, just comes by and sucks up the wool that's been floating on the ground. So it's pulling the wool through that dirt block into its hopper. It just zigzags and it's going to come down here and will end up here and dump all the stuff into this. Alright, so that's how it collects the wool. Now let's look at It is stairway to get actually up to something else. Can I get up there? No, actually. Oh shoot. How can I get up? I can't believe I have nothing on me to get up there. Alright, let's just grab this. Okay. So, these are the sheep. They're getting sheared automatically. So what happens is as soon as they eat a grass block, so, you know, this is the dispenser, and it has shears in it. And it is dispensing the shears to shear the wool off of the sheep. So what happens is when this thing activates, the shears hit the sheep, and the wool blocks drop on the ground. But of course the shears stay in here. It's not like they get dropped, they just get activated. So the sheep gets sheared, the wool blocks sit on the ground, and that cart beneath goes around sucking up all the loose floating wool. And what happens is there's a, what's it called again? It watches, oh my god, I'm tired and this is totally slipping my brain. An observation, what's that called? It's an observation block that watches, basically when a sheep is sheared, like this one is now, as soon as this grass block, dirt block, as soon as it grows grass in it, the sheep will eat it. And when the sheep does, the detector will activate, it's watching that block, so it'll activate the redstone here, which activates the dispenser, it shears the sheep, and it just keeps repeating. And so that's what all this is. You can see I have these little, I don't have to get in there for any reason. I think this is 15 per row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, 15 per row. And there's 3 rows, so 45 sheep producing wool. Now, in order to run this factory, I need plenty of shears. So I'll show this part of it and then wrap up the video. Alright, so as you can see, I have a ton of hoppers here. And these hoppers, if you look, can you see that where it is now? You can see that one there. Like, it's going into that dispenser. So as soon as, here, let's take this out. As soon as the dispenser uses up a shear, the next one comes in from the hopper and fills its spot. Yeah, so now, just like any sorting system, there's all these hoppers going down and just, it's sort of inefficient because there's all these hoppers sitting around with shears, like just, I guess you could do the math real quick if you wanted. Oh, it's 5 times 45. I don't even want to do that math. Actually, 10 times. No, 15 times 45. No, anyway, I guess not important. So all these shears are coming from here. And I don't think I have a way to get up there from here. I can just get some of this stuff. Come on. Alright, let's put that back. And alright, so that's not what I want to show you. Let's go out here and show you what the shears are. Alright, it's no time. Let's catch some Z's. Actually, I'm tired myself. I need to catch some Z's in real life. Okay. Let's go back to the wool factories. This is the wool factory. Yeah, okay, so let me show you the shears portion of it. I'll explain all this stuff in another video. But anyway, this is to get up to the roof. Okay, so this is all the shears. Yeah, you can see that's a ton of shears, and these are all leading down here, and will over time get fed into each one of those dispensers that are shearing the sheep. Now, where do all these shears come from? You can see there's nothing special going on here that I didn't already show you. It's just a cart system depositing those shears into the chest. The question is, as I just said, where do the shears come from? So let's follow this. By the way, I have really good boots. I think they're Featherfall 5, Protection 4. I mean, these are pretty awesome. So I often take long drops. It doesn't bother me. All right, so now, where was I again? Oh yeah, if you remember this, we just saw the cart go by. That's the wool cart. It goes up and goes into the wool factory to collect the wool and then take it back to the warehouse. This again is that tunnel or tower that leads to the shears loader. So the shears, I think because they're heavier, the carts slow down much faster. I don't think I knew that, or I might have known that once upon a time and just forgot it. But anyway, this is the line for the shears. So let's follow and see where it goes. I like to leave these tunnels, purposefully moody. In fact, this one is a bit overlit and under-designed. Those are fun projects I like to do when I don't feel like doing anything complicated. Like if I've had a rough day and my brain is just tired. All right. Oh, what's going on here? Why it stopped there? That's weird. So that is the shears cart. Shoot. I do a lot of my floors as half slabs. Cool, that was awesome. Wool going one way, shears going another as they crisscross. That's so cool. That's why I love this game. Stuff like that. All right, so anyway, I was saying the shears come from this. Let's follow. It's turning out to be a lot more work than I intended. I didn't mean to originally go into all this. So what happens is the cart comes down here. It's a hopper cart, so when it goes under here, it just sucks the contents out of these chests, bounces off that block, and heads right back. So right now it's running. There are no shears in here, so it's really running necessarily, but I don't care. I like when things are moving around, like when I go through a tunnel and a cart comes rolling by me. It's awesome knowing how, you know, that things, the city is sort of alive. I won't worry about. Actually, I will. Yeah, let me show you. Okay, so this is where the shears come from. This line of hoppers right here. There's nothing in it right now, as you can see. Now, where did these hoppers come from? Well, I have this blocked off because I'm not using it anymore, but I'll show you where these hoppers come from. Go up here. Right here, we're back in the marketplace basement. Okay, so those hoppers with the shears are coming down from here. And what that is that if I throw something right here, I should put a little sign here. It says shears. But anyway, if you throw anything here, it will get sucked into the shears. So let's see, I don't think he gets some shears. These guys are. Oh yeah, here we go. Let me roll something. this. Let's see here. Load up all the shears. Now what I'll do, I'll just put it right here. That is sucking them up. Oh no, that's right. I forgot. I had to change that. That's right. This is kind of secret. Now I gotta fix that. So this is, I wanted a better solution than this, but it kept messing things up. So here's what you do to get rid of shears, or to send shears. The wool factory is over there. To get rid of the shears that you get from trading with the shepherds, you just, there we go. That's a chest right there, or a barrel. And that barrel has those hoppers going down. And as you saw, gets picked up by a cart and runs all the way over to the wool factory. So that is my wool factory and wool storage process. Looking back, it is actually one of the easier things to build of all the factory types that I've built, especially when you think of how beneficial it is. So, you know, some work that you do, like it might be easier, like that's a cactus farm right there. That might have been, I don't know, in some ways easier, like simpler, but it doesn't produce as much wool, so I can't get as much XP out of those as I do the wool. So there's a lot more like bang for the buck from wool than some of these other things. Granted, I haven't tested like every farm or factory design, but I don't care to. I'm not trying to achieve perfection here. Just enjoy playing the game. When I come up with an idea, I look to see if I can figure it out on my own, and if I can't, then I'll look on the internet. This, by the way, is I forget what I'm doing. Oh yeah, let's see. What are these, farmers? Yeah, farmers. Just filling up my farmers. I'll show that another day. Anyway, yeah, like I was saying, wool is really lucrative. For the amount of effort you put into it, you get a lot out of it. That will fill up. This is new. So I highly recommend it. There are lots of wool factory designs out there. I got my design off the internet. I modified it, you know, for my needs and whatever creative ideas I got. So, you know, that's basically it. It was a lot of fun. So I think next I'll cover chicken and feathers. The little factory I have, cranking these things out. It's a lot of fun. It's really interesting. All right, that's it for now. Thanks for watching my wool factory.